Well, good morning and welcome to Move Early, Move Often. It is Functional Friday. I am Blake Martin. And on Functional Fridays, we focus on movements that are for your whole body, that move us towards more functional movement and different movement patterns for our body. So frequently we'll focus on movements that kind of move us that we might use in everyday life, but we also focus on movements that are go in multiple planes. Frequently for exercises, we just go front and back and nothing else, or we just go side to side and nothing else. These movements are movements that have us move into multiple planes. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to do six exercises, six activities, and we're going to, I'll show you the activities. We're going to do them four times each, and then we're going to get on with that. I'm just gonna, got something going on here. I'm just gonna make sure that everybody's muted. And there we go. Right on. Okay, so you're going to need, again, some kind of object. It could be a shoe. It could be anything. The big idea is that this object is going to make it so that your hands are together while you're moving. All right. So that's the really important part, is the hands being linked together. Our first exercise is we're going to do just with your hands linked. And even if you don't have an object, you could just put your hands together like this. You could clasp them, and that would do the trick as well. So that's really important. So our first activity is chopping. So we're going to chop from top left to bottom right. And we're twisting our shoulders, but my belly button and my hips are still facing the camera. They're still facing the front of the room. So chopping side to side. Okay, that's exercise number one. And really swing across. Keep your knees aligned over your toes as you're doing it. All right, that's exercise number one. Exercise number two. This is called a Baylor exercise, and you're going to have one knee down and one knee up. And on the side that's down, we're going to start from low, and you're going to move to high, and we're going to twist our body. And it's like we're lifting a bale of hay onto a wagon. And I have actually done this. And it's a challenge when you're a little guy. And then we'll match our knees together and put the opposite leg up. We'll do the same thing to the other side. And that will be exercise number three. Exercise number four is exalted squats, exalted side lunges. So for the exalted side lunge, we're going to raise our hands above our head and do a side lunge. Come back to the middle, lunge to the other side, lunge to the other side, lunge to the other side. So while we're moving sideways, our arms are moving upwards. It's not a coordination pattern that we use all the time in everyday life. Okay, that's exercise number four. And then we're going to do reverse lunges with a twist. So the reverse lunge with a twist is we step backwards, we bring our shoulders toward the up leg. And we're just going to do one side at a time. Then we'll switch sides, do the same thing. I'm just turning so you can see you don't have to turn around on your mat. That's okay. Okay, so those are the exercises that we're doing today. I'm going to warm us up a bit just to get things underway. And hopefully my timer will make the appropriate noises so you can hear it. Let's start with shoulder circles. If you joined us yesterday for the Throwdown Thursday, you might be a little bit sore in through your chest. Both directions. We are going to be using our shoulders, and so it's really important to warm them up. Let's do chicken wings forward. Get your shoulders up near your ears. Shoulders up nice and high. Opposite direction. Going back. Chicken wings backwards. All right. And maybe If you're not a vegetarian, just talking about chicken wings makes you hungry. I don't know. It's a little early for me to think about chicken wings. Swing our arms from side to side. We're going to be doing hip movements. And so we want to practice that. We're just going to do squats here to warm up. This is just our warm up, doing this with us. Back is straight, chin is down. And let's do lunges. Backwards lunges, alternating feet. Backwards lunges. Just because we are going to be doing this movement and we're going to be doing it in a more complex way. And now, because we're moving our trunk, we're going to move our trunk side to side, leans. And now we'll do reaches. So reach to the opposite corner of the room, opposite corner of the room, opposite corner of the room, opposite corner, opposite corner. Let's keep doing that. And try to keep your hips facing forward as you do this. And let's get our object, or if you're just using your hands, and we'll begin our chopping exercise. So chop from side to side. So you're stepping and chopping. Now, you can do this as fast or as slow as you want, but the really important thing is to not let your, if you're holding a frying pan, don't let your frying pan fly off into the distance. So really just bringing your hands all the way across.
Rest.
And let's come down on one knee. We're going to do our bailers. Bail lifts.
2, 1.
So going from low to high with a focus on an upward movement. Keep your navel pointing forward. Try to stay stable on your legs. This is a bit of a balance challenge as well. Keep breathing. These are 35-second, are they 35 seconds? 35 second, yes. 35-second segments. So breathe.
3.
Do it at a pace that makes sense to you.
1. Rest.
Match your knees together. Opposite knee forward. And again.
2.
Bailers.
1. Exercise 3.
So really try to throw the bail up onto the back of the wagon. Here. They don't do that anymore. They've got equipment for it now that does it automatically. So swing your shoulders. Our thoracic spine is twisting. Our lumbar spine is really staying nice and pointed forward. Belly button is glued to the spine.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
All right, and we'll do exalted lunges next, left and right. Center yourself in your mat. And we're going to do these lunges.
1. Exercise 4.
And lift the medicine ball, alternating. Try to get right to the end of your mat. And if you've got better mobility than I do, then go past the end of your mat. Keep your shoulders down and away from your ears. All right?
Three, 2, 1.
Nice.
Rest.
Alternate, not alternating lunges, just lunges with a twist. So we're going to step back and we're going to twist towards the front leg.
1.
All on one side. Just keeping your elbows and your shoulders in the same plane. So these multi-planar movements, they often involve a twist of the torso, but be sure to keep your lumbar spine, that is your navel, pointing forward while the rest of your body does the movement.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Right. And we'll do the opposite arm leg direction now.
3,
So
2,
other leg back
1.
and
Exercise
step
2.
nice and far back. Next round, I'll turn sideways so you can see what I'm up to. Trying to keep my knee aligned over my toes. Shoulders and elbows and wrists all turn as a unit. If you do the Aikido, you'll know that keeping this alignment of your shoulders, elbows, and navel can be really important. But our navel is pointing forward, so that's not really correct.
1. Rest.
All right. And we're back for our next activity.
3,
We're going to be chopping.
2, 1. Exercise 3.
It's telling me exercise 3, which tells me I have the wrong timer on. But don't worry about it. Just keep following me. And we'll, even though the numbers are the wrong numbers, we're still going to get this right. We're doing our chopping from side to side. Step down on the chop, a little pulse downward on the leg that you're chopping toward.
Three, two, 1. Rest.
Great. And we'll be down on one knee. We're going to do
3,
our bailers
2,
again, lifting
1.
toward the up knee.
Exercise 4.
Rotating. And it's a bit of a ballistic movement. And when you come down to the bottom, don't let your body twist too far. We're keeping our navel pointing forward. If you find the jug of detergent that you're using too heavy, drink a little. Or
3,
don't drink a little.
2,
Use a smaller jug.
1. Rest.
Match knees together. Opposite knee comes forward. And
3, 2, 1. Exercise 1.
And again, you can do this just with your hands clasped together. Really lift up as high as possible. Keep breathing. Navel points forward.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
All right. That was both sides. We'll do our exalted side lunges. Standing in the middle.
3, 2, 1. Exercise 2.
Lift. And try to press that ball upward to the heavens like an offering to the exercise gods. Keep your knee aligned over your toes.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
All right. Side reverse lunges with a twist.
3,
So
2,
standing at the head of your mat,
exercise 3.
step way back. And when we step back, we're trying to make it so that our two legs are kind of in the 90-90 position. That the hips are at 90 degrees and the knees are at 90 degrees. Again, keep the navel pointing forward. All the twisting is happening in the lumbar spine. And go at your own pace.
2, 1. Rest.
And we'll do the same thing to the opposite side.
3, 2, 1. Exercise 4.
Stepping back. Be careful not to crash your knee into the mat like I just did. Trying to have good control as we come down into the lunge position. I can do it. I swear.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
Rest.
Coming into our chopping again. Standing centered in our mat.
2, 1.
And just stepping.
Exercise 1.
With the chop. And focus on the downward movement. And because you have to put on the brakes at the end, this movement is really effective from a functional standpoint. Putting on the brakes is something that your muscles often have to do. It's called eccentric contraction.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
All right. We're going to come down. We're going to do our bailers.
3, 2, 1. Exercise 2.
Going up. Really lift that ball. Go from bent elbows to straight elbows. Mostly straight. Keep the navel pointing forward. Look where the ball is going. Again, we're putting on the brakes on the way down and brakes on the way up. Both directions. The twist is in the lumbar spine, thoracic spine,
3,
not lumbar.
2, 1. Rest.
Brilliant. Match knees together. Opposite leg forward. And
3, 2, 1.
bailers
Exercise 3.
in the opposite direction. Throw that bale up onto the back of the wagon. It could be a watermelon too. You could be picking watermelons, and it could be a watermelon that you're throwing. Or if you are a parent, it may feel like one of the many games you play with your children where they ask you to do it 1,000 times. So if you're not a parent, this is preparation. What it feels like.
3, 2, 1.
Right.
Rest.
Coming up, standing, we're going to do our exalted side lunges again. You know, the exalted part is where we put our arms in the air, right? So that's
Exercise 4.
ah, and you can just make that little sound ah, to celebrate whatever challenges you faced this week and you met. We have to take the time to celebrate tiny little victories. And you even got up to do a little bit of activity this morning. That's something to be celebrated. My timer won't count for these last two because it thinks we're at the end. So we're going to do our reverse lunges standing at the top of your mat. And reverse lunge, stepping backwards. And keeping your elbows and shoulders yoked. And if your hands are clasped, then you're using your hands as that common point. Last one on this side. Standing. Taking a brief breath. And opposite side. Our timer thinks we're done, but we have a few more. Keep going. Keep going. Do one more good one. Stepping forward. And you can just set down your ball. Let's just take our... Oh, my sleeve's crept up. Let's just take our arms, reach them overhead, and lean to one side, a big pandiculation stretch to one side, opening up the whole side, anchor that heel down, opposite to the hands so that it's really going into the mat. Now let's do the same thing. Take the hand and anchor the heel down, stretching away, opening up the side of the body, breathing. And now let's interlace the fingers behind our back and press open the chest, lift the chin skyward, open the heart to the heavens. Shoulders are back and down. Really press your hands down nice and low. Standing quad stretch for those lunges and squats. You're going to match your knees side to side and front for back so that they're right side beside one another. And feel like your knee is trying to go towards the floor and that your hip is trying to come forward. And press your foot into your hand. Well, let's raise the opposite hand, a little bit of balance during this stretch. Shoulders are down. One more press into the hand and release the press, release the foot. Opposite foot coming forward. Into your hand, sorry. Knees matching side for side, front for back. So your knees are right together and the whole leg is growing really long, like it's trying to touch the ground. Your knees trying to reach down to the ground and this hip is coming forward, pressing the foot into the hand, lifting the opposite hand. Fix your eyes on a point on the wall so you can have balance. Shoulders are down. Press, press. Release the press, release the foot down. Take that first foot forward. You're going to kick it, cross at the knee, and sit down into a balance. Bring the hands in front of the heart. Breathing calmly and slowly. Tuck the chin slightly. My chin is really lifted. Back of the neck is long. Folding forward at the hip. Not bending at the waist. Folding at the hip. Coming up, kick that leg forward. Opposite leg comes forward, crosses at the knee, and fold at the hips, sitting back. Focus on a spot on the floor, a speck of fluff that the vacuum somehow missed or something. Back of your neck is long. Good alignment, folding again at the hips. Top of your head is tall, reaching away from your buttocks. Nice. Stand tall and balanced. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Another deep breath. Exhale. All right, you've moved early. Remember to move often. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you back for Momentum Monday. Take care.